All right. Let's do it, guys. We have Erik going up against Creator. We'll see what Erik has here. I hope he does some more of that hatch. I would like to see the offensive hatch here.
Underwear cheered.
What's up?
X300, man, I miss Jeff.
Me
Dude
too.
had some killer lines. What a classic. The Artosis mold comparison one still makes my sides hurt.
Yeah. He was the funniest guy ever. Royal Blood, PVZ. Creator scouting immediately. This is to block the hatchery at the natural here for Erik. Erik, you know, in that previous game against Pig, he sent the drone really, really early, and I think part of that is because he was playing against random, and he decided to go for the hatch block. Here, it doesn't look like that'll be the case, but look, he actually went for the hatchery and got it up before the probe got there, so a little sad for Creator. Not the end of the world. You know, obviously, Creator's a much stronger player overall than Erik, but we'll see what Erik can do. Creator actually knocks Dark out of these pretty often, so it's hard to imagine any non-Korean Zerg players that are not like Cyril or Raynor taking him out, right? He's got very strong PVZ, but maybe Erik can bring a style he's not used to, that type of thing. So yeah, just keeping that probe around, scouting a little bit. A little bit of harass here and there. And,
What? Vindictive
gotta wait.
Vendetta cheered. X300.
What's up?
Hey Artosis.
Yo.
I just had a killer workout, so I just want to say this is for my fellow swollen nerds in the chat. I circumflex, you circumflex. 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 She sure can flex. I sure can flex. He sure can flex. We swole as fuck boy. Flexed bicep, flexed bicep.
All
flexed
right.
bicep, flexed bicep, flexed bicep, flexed bicep.
I tell you, I was doing that I circumflex, you circumflex theme in my head the other day. You guys do invade my everyday life occasionally. Okay, so Stargate coming up here from Creator. Erik sees it like literally as it's put down, so shouldn't be any problem for him to just block those incoming oracles. We imagine that it's going to be oracles. Hard to imagine anything else really coming out of there. And, why do we sell that Bannerman command? That's crazy. Well, honestly, like, it's funny because I talked about this last week, and I feel like I talk about this some. It's especially hard, right, because I'm, like, solo casting this, but the first few minutes of the game, like, even though they tried to speed it up by giving you more workers, it just pushed everything back. And it's like, well, I mean, I see the Stargate, so I'm like, yeah, I know what's going to happen there. But we have to, like, wait for real units to come out that can do real damage before anything really actually interesting occurs. So we're waiting for that Oracle. Obviously, we see, like, a little bit of harassment here. The Adept and Probe, like, slowing down that base just slightly. Third base gets taken at the other location instead. Okay, cool. And, you know, as the Oracle comes across, we'll see what he's going to be able to get done. Now, here's something interesting. Okay, now we're getting into something, right? After the Oracle, we have Robo Twilight Double Gas on the way. So it certainly looks to me like we are going to be seeing a two-base timing follow-up here, which is not super common after Oracle openers. Oracle openers generally go into a third base in, like, every matchup. It's just the Oracle itself doesn't really add any power in any fights. Once upon a time, there was a mass Oracle meta, like many years ago. But that is long since left. Now, if I'm here as Erik, right, with these lings were designed to see a third base and go in and screw with it. Okay? You see, he was just waiting for him to turn that on. And then run away. That's like a very normal thing. But that's a bit weird. You're like, oh, you did an Oracle and there's no third Nexus. That's a bit odd. The Adepts that are normally standing at the third Nexus with a pylon in between mineral patches and then that Oracle as well, they're not doing that. Now, Creator going out with Oracle and Prism. Now, the Prism is empty. He left a lot of units at home. Dude, he left 5 units at home. What is he doing with this? What is this exactly? Is he going to do a 2 Adept Warpin? That's the only thing I can think. 3rd Nexus? This is a funny build. I don't know what to think about this. Oh my god. This is different, guys. Okay, so he's going to do an Archon drop, which Archon drop, like, once upon a time was the most popular build in this matchup. Again, many, many years ago. But you don't normally see it after the Oracle. Huh. This build in particular, this was like something designed to force to make sure that Zerg players were going to go Roach, and then you could go Immortal to kind of counter that. You know, it's much more flexible for Zerg if they don't have to make Roaches, because Roaches don't really scale well, so they get like better options. So that was kind of like the thought process for a long time here. And you can see a bunch of Roaches being made. You can see the counter Immortals being made, a Sentry being thrown in. You know, but again, this is not something that's used very often. Oh my god! Oh, this is cool. This is super cool. Infestation Pit right now. Oh, dude, I'm getting chills. I love it. I love it. What's up, Infeza?
BlizzCon 2014 famously had some connection issues leading to some frustrating lag and disconnects. The crowd eventually chanted, "We want LAN." But little did they know the BlizzCon client actually had LAN and the high APM was causing the game to desync.
I don't know if you were supposed to tell anyone that, but thank you. So, let me talk about this. I think we're going to see Swarm Hosts. We'll see in a moment, right? Like, there they are. There's a Swarm Host. So, okay, so there's a lot of back and forth here. First off, the Oracle was funny and weird. Let's ignore that for a moment. He went into Archon drop to force Roaches so that he can make Immortals, and suddenly his composition is very good against something that's Roach-based. Now, Archon Immortal, what is really good against that? Swarm Hosts are unbelievably strong against Archon Immortal builds. Okay, so basically, if Erik gets like a good 10 Swarm Hosts and they start getting some volleys, you start picking off Archons and Immortals every single time you send out the Locust. And these are like very valuable units that don't cut through lots of small units quickly. So that's the thought process here from Erik. Now, Erik does not have a lot of Storm Hosts yet. He has 3, 2 more on the way. And sometimes you see this with Nidus. Sometimes you can watch them just walk around a little bit. His creep spread is not fantastic right now, just to throw out there. A few Roaches come in, and here come the Locusts as well. He wants to make sure to get those Swarm Hosts out of there, because this is about gaining value over time. Now, as soon as you see the Locusts, you have to really be on top of things here as creator, because if you sit back, I've seen it so many times where pro gamers have sat back and tried to just kill Locusts for a bit. The Locusts, it's like a bank where you're gaining interest every single time they're sending things out, right? And again, once you get like 10 plus, they're killing a lot. Like, you can kill a Nexus in one wave. You can, I don't know the exact number. I think it's right around 10 though. You kill like a Nexus in one wave, you kill Archon, you kill Immortal, you're killing like batteries, pylons, anything. And the cooldown is not that long. So basically you jump them in and out of Niduses and stuff like that, and you grind down your opponent. So clearing that with units that don't have splash damage generally just doesn't work, and Archon splash doesn't count in this case. So anyways, he has the overcharge. The overcharge will basically save everything this time. Okay, that was some nice files in there as well. But again, this is not like the full force yet of this strategy. Now, we see Disruptor Tech coming up. Now, actually, it could be either way. Okay, hold on. We'll play it at the end. Sorry. I promise to play that. We'll pause the donuts for a moment because this game is really heating up. But anyways, like I was talking about before, with the support bay coming up, right? He's going into Colossi. Now, the Colossi are going to allow him to cut through the Locust a bit better. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to get up to 4 here. And then you can see Baneling speed on the way as well. So it's kind of like you want lots of Archons and lots of Colossi, and that should do a pretty good job of kind of shredding everything. And then, of course, you have a few Immortals in there and everything. But here Erik goes. He's hitting an attack on that 4th base location. And, dude, Erik's putting out a good game right now. Honestly, this is a nice game that he's playing. It'll be interesting to see how he deals with those Colossi. Now, a little bit of an engage here, and here come the Locusts, so you have to run as soon as you see the Locusts. Now, watch this. He's not running, so he's going to lose stuff to these Locusts. There goes down an Archon. It actually, they don't do all that well there. That wasn't, again, the full thing of Locusts. A lot of times you want to make sure you're not splitting Locusts or a Swarm Host. You want, like, all 10 to launch at once, right? Like, 20 Locusts coming out is really good, whereas when it's, like, 5, you're like, yeah, I don't know, what is that worth? Like, 2 Roaches or something? So, Creator actually did a very good job killing the 4th base off and will pull back here. Didn't lose that much for it. I feel like strategically what Erik is going for here is very, very good. Creator is playing reasonably well against it. And let's see. It feels like the Swarm Host count is just like slightly low compared to where he needs it. Now, comes up with the Roaches. The Roaches hit maybe a little bit early. You can see he almost got Immortal there. He does end up picking off the Archon. So the idea here, when you're attacking with Roach Locust at the same time, you get the Locust to land, and they'll tank everything, and you run in immediately afterwards with the rest of your units. And as the Locusts die, you run away. Okay, so it's like free tanking for all the rest of your units in every fight. That's how you want to do it. He didn't time it perfectly. I mean, StarCraft is a hard game, man. And so there are mistakes being made and everything. But overall, like, the ideas that Erik is showing here are very, very solid. Definitely things that we have seen in the past. He's kind of doing it his own way as well. It's interesting to see him add the Banelings in right now. The Banelings are not... I don't super like the Banelings here. Against Colossus compositions, sometimes they can be very good. But in this type of game, with the amount of Archons are out, I don't think that Banelings are going to do well. Like, maybe he uses them to, like, try to nuke a Nexus or something. But if he uses them on the main army, I can't see them doing a good job. Because, again, it's like, look at this army that Creator's making. It's insane. He's got 5 Colossi, 5 Archons, 7 Immortals. Dude, that is pretty crazy. Now, here come those Locusts once again. Nice blink away. Uses that overcharge. But see? You see how he's starting to gain the value a little bit there? Gets rid of 2 Immortals despite the overcharge. This is what happens when you launch a serious amount of Locusts at the same time. All right, now clearing the side here. I love having some Blink Stalkers in there as well, because that is one thing about Swarm Hosts, is they're a little bit clunky. Like, your reaction is not always going to be super fast to every area, so just cleaning a little bit with these is good. But Banelings, speed Banelings can be very good against these. Now, you can see that definitely that was not the quality he was looking for. Holy crap! The Biles get one of the Colossi. That's kind of huge. A Knight is coming up. He is going to lose his space. Oh my god, he gets another one with the Biles? Are you kidding me here? But Creator continues to push forward. He's getting so aggressive. Insane that we had 2 Colossi go down to Biles, though. Looks like the army turns around. The army that was actually hitting the front of Creator's base. It's coming in for what looks like it will be a flank, but Creator's pulling out. This is perfect. This is perfect from Creator, this army movement right now. Like, maybe the micro was not perfect when he lost the 2 Colossi, but the fact that he's not continuing to attack, I think, is very smart. Now, he's going to recall the majority of his army. Obviously, not all of it fits into a single recall here. So he does have a little flanking force coming up, which actually works out pretty decently. Turns on the Oracle as well. And, you know, Erik's still on 4 base, and he still has a decent number of Swarm Hosts. So there's still, like, value that can be gained. Wow, look at the units lost. Creator definitely winning in that regard. All right, let's see this push coming up. This is a lot of Ravagers, guys. Holy crap. In the flank. Oh, that's a cute move. And he dives in pretty deep. The Locusts, well, they kill like a little bit there and they tank a little bit. He's going to back up. I think you got to use your Biles in this little choke here. We got, yeah, see this? You just kind of zone it back a little bit. It's going to buy you a bit of time. When you have this many Ravagers, you can zone that out a lot of times because the overall army is so thick here from Creator that when the Biles come down, it's like, it's going to hit stuff unless you straight run. You can't just completely split. Now, some units run in there. He actually is picking off a few of the high-quality units that we see, but overall, the army size of Creator is getting very, very low. Locusts come out here once again. The Colossi going to burn them up, and GG is called. Creator does end up taking it, but that was a solid game. That was a good game right there. Nice play from Erik. I think he had a really good idea overall. Didn't work out for him. Creator is a stronger player. But I really like how he tried to flow with that. I really appreciate someone putting out a game like that.
What?
We'll play that now.
Don't you know Artie? Donated
No, not too early,
$3.33. Well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird's the a bird is the word her well. A bird. Well, a bird is the word her well. A bird is the word a well. A bird. Well, a bird is the word her well. A bird is the word Artie.
Thank you so much for that. That was a beautiful song. Great reenactment. I hope I don't get a DMCA takedown notice for
CM
that.
Burns donated $3.33. Oh, so Mother Nature needs a favor? Well, maybe she should have thought of that when she was besetting us with droughts, floods, and poison monkeys. Nature started the fight for survival, and now she wants to quit because she's losing. Well, I say hard cheese.
Excellent. Mr. Burns, a
Undercover
true
underwear
hero.
cheered. X300, birds aren't real birds have been replaced with surveillance robots by the government. The fix this in, you fools.
Thanks. All right. All right, next game here. Erik going to go for a 12 pool. This is the quickest pool that you have in StarCraft 2. Creator is going for the Pylon Scout here once again. And yeah, I guess he gets to scout pretty quickly that it is going to be a very, very fast pool. I don't know what he's planning on getting done because this is not that hard to hold. There's been a few ways they've been held in the past. Sometimes you just do like a full wall. You can go 2-gate here and just make zealots and hold it pretty easily. And then, you know, you're sacrificing a decent chunk of economy here as Erik, that's for sure. Now, the drone going across the map, this... Oh, is he going to go offensive hatch with this? Like, that's actually... That seems like it's a possibility. He's making 6 lings right now. Is he... He might offensive hatch in the wall as opposed to on the Nexus location. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so this pretty much prevents a full wall. And don't forget, you could, for instance, cancel the hatchery and let the lings in, and there's no way to insta-wall around that. So this is tricky. This is tricky. He does go for that second gateway. I'm a big proponent of the second gateway when you're being, like, mega cheesed like this. I think just chrono boosting out a couple zealots immediately is really the way. Really the way here. So he pops out that first zealot. He is supply blocked. So a little bit of a problem there. See, now he's going over. He's blocking the side. But again, this can be canceled to let the lings in. But I don't think you want to cancel here. I think you actually need the hatchery in its production. The 6 lings themselves, I don't believe, really break anything here. So we'll see. Down goes a shield battery. The one zealot trying to come out to micro a bit. This is a scary thing. Look at this. Creator's pulled a lot of probes. He's taking it very, very seriously, which I like to see. Second zealot pops out. Yeah, Good's back here. Okay, okay, good micro here. Very good micro. Now, Erik behind this, by the way, is droning a bit and is making his actual hatchery. This is slowing down the build of Creator. But you might remember to earlier when I was talking when Pig got offensive hatch, where I was talking about 2 Zealot, 2 Adept. This is another great situation that you can utilize that type of unit set because Zergling speed is very late with builds like this. Any sort of early offensive hatchery, early cheesy build, Zergling speed just generally doesn't get started. And Zergling speed is what keeps you safe from things like early Adepts. Oh, he actually just killed an Adept, so that's actually kind of awesome. Goes back after this hatchery once again, continuing to pop out what he can from these eggs. Obviously, we're going to have a bunch of broodlings popping out that can help him fight as well. There they are. Dude! Look at that. Not bad. 8 probes. Really not bad. Hey, he's got the queen here right now. Gets another? Is he going to get this zealot as well? Holy crap. Ah! Oh, the heals. Oh, get it, get it, get it. No, it's like the lowest health ever. Literally 1 health. Literally 1 health. Craziness. Okay, so Creator holds, but where are we at in the game? Since Creator lost those 8 probes, look at the worker count. 18 to 20. Not bad. Can Erik just straight hold this? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Get a couple queens out. You're making some lings. He is getting the circling speed upgrade. If there were 2 adepts here, it's really, really different. So that 1 adept loss was important. Oh my god, are you kidding me? So anyways, slow lings, like, you can really massively out-micro them with 2 adepts. Like, truly, truly. And, like, queens don't kill adepts quickly enough. So, like, again, they can get a lot of damage pre-speed. But it's not gonna come into play this game. Erik's doing a great job with his surroundings. Puts a lot of damage on those adepts there. Still some more lings being made. Creator does have this Nexus almost done, so he's going to start to be able to catch up as far as that probe count goes. Yeah, shading over to the side here. That Zergling speed very close to being done. That's a good shade, though. That's a very solid shade to the natural. I feel like I would dive there. Looks like he decides not to with 1 orange adept. The other one having no shields. But I like it when you're picking off any drones you possibly can in a game like this. A lot more drones being made. A few more lings as well, defensively coming out. No real possibility for offense here, I would say, for Erik. So, all right, let's try to take a look at this. In this game, who has the advantage right now? Let's see, 31 workers to 33. Speed. We have Roach1 on the way, 3rd hatch on the way. Over on Creator's side, we have 3 gates, Glaives coming up, and the Robo. Yeah, it does look to me like Creator does have the advantage. I felt once he lost those 8 probes that it could have gone the other way, where we'd be looking at Erik as having that advantage. But yeah, he had to make a lot of lings, you know, because again, they were slow. So he had to make a lot of lings to actually deal with the adept pressure that came across the map. And you can see how much that has hurt his economy. He's like barely ahead as far as workers go. Of course, Protoss is going to be able to maybe... Well, no, actually, he's adding 3 gates, getting Glaives and the Prisms. So, looks like we're done with probes for a bit. That's just about full saturation for what he's got, right? And, yeah, it's like 22 per base. And, you know, if you're not going to get those additional gases, you just kind of skip out on that. All right, so this game going to come to a head pretty quickly, I think. It feels to me like Creator has a very good chance of doing critical damage here. Yeah, doesn't have those gases, you see. He's just he's very committed to this attack. I wouldn't even call it completely all in, though. Like, this is... Oh, he's actually going to break in there because the shield battery's just getting the gate. And he overcharges it and the lings run by. I like that a lot. He gets up in the main mineral line. Okay, going to warp in some adepts, it looks like. Gets a good scout. He's getting some damage. Not a ton, but let's see what these adepts do. This is what I was afraid of, right? Like, there is not that much here. He is making more roaches, but, like, this is the amount of roaches that you can actually target down and kill. He actually cancels a shade to just kill units here. Oh my god, he lost even more probes. Kind of crazy. Even the 2 zealots going to work. And the amount of damage that's being dealt is significant here. Gonna go ahead, re-drop off some of these units at that 3rd base location. The roaches are, like, kind of starting to hold. But the damage might be too high already here to Erik. Loses a lot. Well, down goes a hatchery here at the 3rd. Zealots adding that additional damage. What does Erik have left here? He's getting roach speed. Like, his roach count has gone up, and once you kill the adepts, like, adepts don't scale very well, and then, like, if you're spending them all for damage, sometimes a counterattack can do something, but with an immortal already being made, I do find it questionable that he'll be able to get that damage done. We shall see in a moment. That is a lot of roaches. That is a lot of roaches. We'll give him that. Making some Ravagers on the way. All right, triple Adept coming in to kill off a lot of drones here. Oh, man. So painful. So painful to deal with here. This can just shade and follow that as well. Now, here comes a counterattack. This really has to do something. The Immortal is most of the defense. Targeting down the shield battery, I think, is a clutch move. And, in fact, he gets rid of that basically immediately. Overcharge comes out, backs away immediately. Love it, love it, love it. Makes a few more Ravagers. Now, there is double Immortal there. Let's see what he can do. Oh. Okay, he is going to go ahead and get that shield battery, so very well done. Throw some Biles down. Trying to target down the Immortals. This is so much about Immortal juggling at this point. The Immortals really are everything here. And he is starting to whittle this down quite a bit, especially with those flanking Zealots. That's going to be a pain in the butt. Has to walk way back to deal with that. And every time those Immortals are getting hits, he feels it. Yeah. Look at that. Just popping 2 more roaches. Another one is just ready to go. Yeah, he's going to make Ravagers out of those last hurt ones, and Creator's going to hunt those down and kill those off as well, I think. Yeah, definitely a good move. Well, as more Immortals come out, this gets worse and worse for Erik. It's down at just 33 workers, 2 hatcheries. That's not a lot of production. Charge on the way for Creator. Oh, nice split there. Nice split. Yeah, this game's over. This game's over. There's really nothing left. Dark couldn't make anything happen. He's the best Ravager user in the world by far, and this would be... He would probably GG here as well. It's just like you need the most amazing Biles every single time, and Creator's never going to let you do that. He's going for that +1 melee. You can't really fault him for that. Trying to get that third base up. Of course, the Immortal Harassment is going to continue. Chunking down that hatchery so quickly. No, it's not a mischance to snipe the Prism because when you launch the Biles, it declares that you're under attack. So it's harder to just randomly snipe something in this game than Brood War. But, yeah, the Prism just kind of staying alive, putting this damage out consistently. And Creator continues to tech up. Yeah. I mean, he's building the Ravager count, and the thing is, like I mentioned before, I like the melee attack. It's giving you like a couple more options, right? With melee, it's like, okay, well, we can't go Roach here ever, and Lurker doesn't seem very good here as a choice ever. But +2 Banes are always amazing. You know, just having like Ling Ravager in general is a good composition. Lings sometimes can like make armies not dodge Biles if you have enough of them and you kind of do a little surround. It can be really good. So, like, yeah, I like a lot of the ideas from Erik once again. It just feels like he is getting a little bit outplayed in these games. It's like the higher overall skill level, even though Erik seems to have good understanding of what's going on. Oh, nice Biles there. He does take out an Immortal with them. Creator's supply really high. He's up in workers as well. All right, little Ling counterattack. Oh, an Archon and a Zealot there. Ugh. Unable to get anything done. Honestly, I want to see him utilize Lings, like really mass up Lings for a moment, and see if you can get that one magic surround, where you're surrounding the entire army of Protoss, and then you just bile the hell out of it. It is a thing. It doesn't work all that often. The thing is, the Lings get shredded so quickly, it's hard to really hold the army in place, so you need a lot of them. And he just doesn't really have the production for that. Like, he is making a lot, But, I mean, we see people with more hatcheries and more queens do this occasionally, and it's still hard. So, to have, you know, Erik try to do that here against Creator, who's already got, like, a pretty strong army, seems like it's not going to happen. Creator kind of roaming about a little bit. Looks like he's looking for, like, a little Ravager counterpoke. This feels like something where you just run in, like, you snipe something, right? Like, you super bile a part of the wall. Maybe it's a pylon. Maybe it's a cybernetics core. You know, something like that. Maybe you get a unit. We'll see. But with charge lots coming up, charge lots are very good against Ravagers. Definitely a pain in the butt there. And he comes in from the other side. So he's microing 2 groups right now. It looks like the other group is probably getting demolished. Oh, no, he's actually microing it reasonably well. Has some good splits there. But yeah, this side now starting to go really far down. Well, Erik's supply really, really plummeting right now. Creator chasing him down across the map. And it does look like that's going to be a GG. Actually, like, a pretty nice series. I think that you guys could see there why we chose to follow Erik up the bracket just a little bit. He is actually quite a strong player. Obviously, Creator, you know, he's one of the very best in the world. So, a tough matchup. But I feel like Erik put out some good games, you know? That was nice.